Yo, it's Brian here. Today, gonna be talking about the San Francisco 49ers, as always, doing another top 3 video. This time covering the 3 positions to look for in training camp because it is happening next week. Time is going by so fast, so I'm excited during this time of the year where football is kind of back. Next month, the preseason games should be starting. This is pretty much football season in return, which is freaking amazing because I've been bored this whole offseason. Luckily, I've been making these top 3 videos. I've been happy, I've been excited, and I'm going to be excited for this football season and what have you. Just going over the 3 positions that I think are going to be interesting in terms of position battles or just players to look for, that kind of thing pretty much for this video. Going to be covering that. Before I get the video started, as always, please like and subscribe to support my channel. It really helps out a lot. Getting very close to 800 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully, if you're new to this channel or if you're a current subscriber, please share my channel. That would be very helpful to fellow Niner faithful or even rivals of other teams. That would be fantastic. Anyways, let's get this video started. The top 3 positions to look for in training camp next week. Coming in at number 3 is the defensive back position. Now, I am excited for this position in training camp because there's a lot of great players there, and I want to see what they can do during a full contact training session like Richard Sherman, Adrian Colbert, and Tart. Tart is coming back from an injury from last year, so I'd love to see what he can do. Also, there's some interesting players that I'm looking forward to as well. I think the most notable player is undrafted rookie Tavares McFadden, or late round draft pick. I forgot exactly when he got drafted or if he got drafted, but he's there. Love to see what he can do to prove himself and see if he can make the roster. Witherspoon, cornerback. Also, Jimmy Ward. Never the biggest fan of his, but I love to see what he can do. He needs to prove himself this year because, I don't know, he's been kind of a disappointment for a first-round pick for the past couple of years now, although he had some good moments, but overall, just kind of disappointing in my opinion. Anyways, number 1 guy I want to see, Richard Sherman. See what he can do after the Achilles injury and see how he is as a 49er right now. I think he's going to do a really good job in training camp, also in preseason if he's going to be playing there. Get ready for week 1. So, defensive backs, a lot of great players, a lot of good bunch right there. Some players coming back from injury, some players that need to prove themselves. I think this is a fantastic group right here. Coming in at number 2 is the offensive line. Now, I am excited to see this line to see if they can continue the momentum and protect Garoppolo because last year when Garoppolo was under center, they did a pretty good job on protecting him. He didn't get beat up too much, not like Hoyer and Best of those guys. They got beat up pretty good, but Garoppolo, for the most part, he had a clean jersey, I would say. Hopefully 2018 they can keep it that way, keep it as clean as possible. Don't get him sacked or get hit or anything because that would be pretty dangerous and that would suck pretty much. Overall, I'm really excited to see this offensive line position. I think players that need to prove themselves are Jonathan Cooper, Josh Garnett. I think I mentioned him in my top 3 videos that need to prove themselves, and also Lincoln Tomlinson with the big contract that he got during this offseason. There's a lot of players to look forward to for those 3, particularly in the guard position. Also McGlinchey, Staley, I love to see what they can do, that dynamic. Richburg, the center, freaking awesome. I'm ready to see this, but mostly you guys should be looking out for the guard position because those guys need to prove themselves, and also that's pretty much our biggest need for the 49ers on the offensive line position. Hopefully everyone in the guard position, they can prove themselves and do a really good job this camp, show that they can have a good season in 2018. Offensive line, good so far on paper, but just need a little bit tweaking. Other than that, I'm ready to see what they can do in training camp and see all the reports on what they're doing. Before I get to the number 1 position to look for in training camp, I want to do a quick honorable mention. Going to be mentioning the running back position. Now, I'm really excited to see what these guys can do, particularly Jarrett McKinnon, assuming he is going to be the starter for the 49ers, which he will be because he had a very big contract during this offseason. Also, Kyle Juszczyk. I don't really mention this guy that much, but he's going to be a very focal point in this offense. He's probably an underrated player that many people don't talk about, but I think he's going to do a really good job for the 49ers, being a good extra blocker and pass catcher, which is another target for Garoppolo. Depth behind McKinnon is pretty interesting as well. Joe Williams is coming back. He didn't play at all last year. I want to see what he can do. His roster spot's not completely secured, but if he could have a good training camp, then it will be secured. But right now, McKinnon's the man. Love to see what he can do. Love to see the battle within the depth position for the running backs. Also, Kyle Juszczyk. Want to see his growth in training camp from last year to this year. Coming in at number 1 as the most important position to look for in training camp is the wide receiver position. Now, I am really excited to see this position. I was excited for the past 2 positions and also the running back position, but I'm really excited to see what the receiver has to offer because we know, assuming that Goodwin and Garcon's spot is secure, there's a big bunch of talent on this receiver position. I mean, I can name most of these players notable. Victor Bolden Jr., although he got in trouble, I think he's suspended for 4 games, which is kind of bad. Kendrick Bourne, Dante Pettis, Trent Taylor, Richie James, he got drafted this year. A lot of people are excited to see what he can do for the 49ers this year if he makes the roster. He was a very late round pick, so I didn't mention him at all, but a lot of people are very high up on him, which is pretty good. I've seen some tape, and he's not that bad of a receiver. I think he can be a really good target for Garoppolo. But yeah, just everyone behind Goodwin and Garcon, the position for depth is wide open. That's what I love about it. We're going to see which ones that Garoppolo likes to throw to and which one he has rapport to. Assuming everything, if I had to pick my 5 wide positions, I would pick Goodwin, Garcon, Taylor, Pettis, and Bourne so far. Those 5 are the ones I would pick. You know, if this was a 53-man roster, I would pick those 5 to be the top receivers for Garoppolo this year. But it can change. Nothing is set in stone until the end of training camp, until the end of the preseason when all the cuts are made. But yeah, the wide receiver position, the depth within it, that should be really exciting to see who's going to be one of Garoppolo's favorite targets besides Goodwin and Garcon. That's pretty much it, you guys. Just wanted to do a quick video on training camp. It's coming next week. A lot of great things happening. I'm really excited for this part of football season, and I'll have a link in the description below for all the scheduling for training camp from rookies to veterans and what have you in preseason. That should be exciting as well. Let's go. Football 2018. Let's do this. Anyways, please like and subscribe if you're new to my channel. It really helps out a lot. And I'll be catching you guys up another time. I hope you guys have a nice day, nice weekend, nice whatever. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Love y'all as always.